Hello everybody, I am Mike from the Rewatch Project with Hannah and Mike podcast, and I am back with another edition of Front Row, these music performance reactions, and I am back in the wonderful world of Bruce Springsteen, specifically working my way through the Lost Albums Tracks 2 set. I'm a lifelong Bruce Springsteen fan, and it is rare that I get to do first time listening reactions to Springsteen, but fortunately we have this wealth of material that I'm working through on the Tracks 2 set. I'm not releasing videos for every single song. I am recording them for most of them though, but I'm only putting out the ones that I really have much to say, because there's just so much content on here, it gets ridiculous. And we are also on the eve of the Nebraska set coming out as well, so it really is feast or famine in the world of Bruce Springsteen. A quick reminder that I do pause these songs, I do talk over them, that is how I choose to react. However, I would strongly urge you to listen to this song in its entirety before I spoil it by talking all over it. And this song is Ciudad Juárez, which is from the Inyo album, which I believe was written around the time of the Ghost of Tom Joad tour, and would have been released in, I think, 1997. So I am expecting this to continue the trend for this record of sounding very much like the Ghost of Tom Joad, being much more of a storytelling style of songwriting from Bruce. A couple of quick bits of housekeeping, just a reminder that I do appreciate feedback, leave comments here on the channel, in addition to likes and subscribes, which really help out and help people find the channel and get the conversation flowing, which is a great motivator for doing these more often. And last but not least, we very much appreciate donations via PayPal, if and only if you can afford to do so without causing yourself any financial hardship. And yeah, also check out the Rewatch Project and the other film, TV, music, and general pop culture goodness that cohabits this here channel. Enough from me though, let's listen to Bruce Springsteen's Ciudad Juárez. Let's see what this is all about. Here we go.
I have a daughter, as beautiful as the evening sun. We traveled north, where we heard there was work to be done. She vanished into the streets of the city of death, the city of my lost heart, Ciudad Juárez.
Pause there for a moment. Yeah, you've got that real rhythmic acoustic guitar reminiscent of Dead Man Walking, and Devils and Dust a few years later would also use that. So this is about somebody losing their daughter, by the sound of it. It's Ciudad Juárez. That's, I know, Juarez's place. Very, I know it was, I don't know if this is still the case, very crime-ridden, very dangerous, like the most dangerous city in the world at one point. Yeah, this seems to be Bruce singing from the point of view of father, I assume, who's lost his daughter, maybe if she's died or being abducted. I know that was, a lot of people lost their daughters. I could be completely off here, but you hear Bruce's voice crack as well at one point. You know, you really, again, what a communicator Springsteen is. You know, he's kind of the Daniel Day-Lewis, the method actor of empathetic music. Let's keep going.
The drugs flow north, across the river the guns flow south. The blood flows here from the devil's mouth, here at the devil's mouth. Our daughters are blessed. Give me back my lost heart.
Oh.
Ciudad Juárez.
Oh my God. Yeah, popular music doesn't get much darker than this, does it? How heartbreaking. I mean, I'm a parent. I've got a young daughter, and can't even imagine it, you know. And it's interesting because there's something about music, you know, it's so different to film. It's much more of an abstraction. You know, film is very literal. It's storytelling. It's visual, you know, it's how we experience the world. Whereas music is, you know, it's a lot more esoteric. And in some ways we can inhabit music in a way that we don't with film, because film just doesn't have that ambiguity to enable us to do that. But the idea of like I've lost my heart, give me back my heart. You know, this idea that, and I can only imagine, hopefully I'll only ever have to imagine how that must feel, how it must just feel like it's you just are gone. You don't exist anymore because one is so defined by one's relationships, and there is no relationship really more powerful than the one that you have with your children. So yeah, wow, this is really heavy. Oh, Kurt Ram, I'm guessing. Sounds like him. So mournful. You know, he's still looking though. It's like there's a slither of hope, but it's tragic, desperate hope of denial.
We come north to Ciudad Juárez, made the colonias at home. Morning sun fell on her skin, then gone.
Oh my God, the echo on. You know, it's so simple. Bruce is such an incredible minimalist sometimes, you know, and then gone. You know, it's just, your world can just change in an instant.
On her skin, then gone.
Wow.
I have my pistol of vengeance and reclaim. I have my bullets of our blood and name. My blood, I carry your picture here at my breast. Picture of my lost soul, Ciudad Juárez.
The pain of memory.
At my breast, picture of my lost heart, Ciudad Juárez.
Bloody hell, Bruce. Oh, wow. Yeah, that's pretty dark, but beautiful, and an incredible piece of musical empathy. Wow, that was not enjoyable, but really beautiful and incredible. And you know, it's just amazing that, and I'm going to be a broken record here, that Bruce has had this material, but was putting out Only the Strong Survive and High Hopes. And I know, you know, you have to think about commercial concerns and, you know, and it's his choice. It's very easy to kind of be a backseat driver on these decisions. And, you know, releasing another album like this after The Ghost of Tom Joad, that would have been a bit much. But this is really incredible material. And although some of his Tom Joad-esque, you know, Steinbeckian songwriting can feel a little bit like homework, a little bit like eating your vegetables, there's real beauty and nobility and heart in a lot of this material. And the sound of the song, you know, the urgent acoustic guitar, that's something we hear a lot from Bruce, but the kind of the local flavor and the wistful, reflective trumpet as well really makes this a beautiful piece of music. That's a really incredible piece of songwriting art. So yeah, I'll be getting back to Bruce really soon. I'm going to start covering off some of the Nebraska stuff as well when that drops. So check out the other content on this channel, including the Rewatch Project with Hannah and Mike, the podcast I do with my wife, where we go back and rewatch some of our favourite film and television franchises, in addition to the other film, TV, music, and general pop culture related goodness that cohabits this here channel. So see you again soon. Goodbye.